Welcome back. Kwa-Zulu Natal communities are threatening violence over a company's controversial plans to search for oil and gas. Rhino Oil and Gas Exploration South Africa wants to explore millions of hectares of land in the province. The move, which may lead to hydraulic fracturing, or fracking as it's known, is expected to affect tens of thousands of people.
It's a disaster for us looming, and it just can't happen.
Roy Caldecott faces losing everything. His land has been in his family since 1996. The Midlands farmer sells bales of hay to dairy farmers and grows vegetables and oats. Caldecott's farm falls under the 1.5 million hectares of land that a Texas-based company wants to explore for petroleum resources. It would also cut across the Umgeni, Tugela and Umkomaas rivers. Environmentalists believe this will mean disaster for more than 10,000 farmers.
Water we expect is going to be contaminated. Our dam, which is a delicate dam, this year it never filled up and I couldn't produce a cabbage production and our veggies. We'd be affected in a big way. This farm would become non-viable. I would have to sell it for what I can and get out of it.
The father of two is one of several angry Mooi River residents who attended a recent public hearing on the proposed plan.
He had no care about the effect on the environment. He had no care about the effect on the water resources. He had no care about the effect on employment in the area. They are self-centered. They're a small company that are expecting to make a huge gain by possibly selling the rights. And it made us extremely angry. And people are threatening violent action, and it will happen.
Rhino Oil and Gas Exploration South Africa, the company at the centre of the controversy, wants to explore for oil, gas, condensate, coal bed methane, helium and biogenic. According to these bid documents, the 3-year exploration will be restricted to non-invasive techniques that include seismic surveys and the drilling of 10 core boreholes. While the company says no fracking will take place in the 3-year exploration phase, it could be used for gas production if a resource is found. But this will cost.
There are too many risks that are too uncertain that in good conscience this country and the government cannot afford. There may be contamination of groundwater, there may be contamination of air, there may be, with regards to seismic activity, there may be damage to buildings, there may be damage to roads.
Frack-Free South Africa believes there needs to be a strategic environmental assessment of the whole country before any further exploration takes place.
They are wasting 99% of people's time by calling us to these public meetings. They are ill-prepared and they are basically, for their own personal gain, prepared to put the lives and livelihoods of tens of thousands of people at risk. They'll keep going until such time as it just gets checkboxed through the process. They'll then do their exploration, and when they've done their exploration, they will then sell that to the highest bidder.
There are also concerns about the local bird life. The largest population of the wattled crane in the country is found here in the Midlands. It's a critically endangered species that is likely to suffer if fracking is given the go-ahead.
The KZN Crane Foundation says fracking will use large quantities of water, which will affect the crane population. Rhino Oil and Gas Exploration South Africa has applied for both an exploration right and environmental authorization. The Petroleum Agency of South Africa says this should take a year to finalize. At the same time, applications for a second exploration project in KZN, which would involve 2 million hectares of land and almost 5,500 farms, are likely to be made around April. Rhino Oil says it will only comment on the project in the next few days. Judith Subin, Mooi River.